AC Cash. This is
Jay the Technician.
And this is
JD. Boom.
And we're coming to you on behalf of PivotPointInvestors, where we help the everyday investor invest in real estate and stock market to achieve financial security.
And we're back. And I'm JD. Boom. With PivotPointInvestors. And this is my partner,
Jay the Technician.
Now look, we back. We're just giving a recap from last week.
No, make it simple.
Hey.
We told you.
Did
you tell him or did I tell him? You told him.
We both told him.
I told him.
We told him so. But dang, I just hate to hit him and be the bearer of bad news from a confirmation.
To be honest, the saddest part about this is not the first time this happened.
No.
But
won't be the last.
But the deception behind it now is getting really bad because there are unfortunately a lot of small investors who have lost their shirts in this. They believed in a hype. They held the fort even when all the signs said run like hell.
Oh man, they won. Like they had won. The guy, one of the guys that led the charge with the Reddit group,
he's still holding.
He lost 13 million, like holding it and still holding it. So if he kept holding it, he went from 53,000 to 33 million. Yeah. I mean, at the height at $400 a share.
Yeah.
If you sell it at $300 a share, he's a multi-millionaire. You won. But this is an example. What do we say? Hogs get fed, pigs get slaughtered. He became a greedy pig and got slaughtered, man.
But not necessarily. Here's my input.
What's up?
He actually did it because he had a moral philosophy.
Oh.
He wanted to stick it to the man. So in all fairness, I actually commend him because he held a fort when he could have bailed.
Hey.
But the rest of us would have seen it as on the money-making opportunity. So here's what I would have told somebody. Well, what if the founder of an idea gives you the idea, we all jump on the bandwagon, but the very man who created the idea was the first man to jump? What would that have said about the movement itself? So
I hear you. I'm not into those kind of movements. The movements I'm into, those greenback movements for me, those dollars and cents, because that's why I trade stocks. Yeah, do I love it? Yeah, do I love the action of it? But what I really love, making money. So for me, I just, that principle.
Okay, audience, the moral is what the story was about. This is why Netflix actually even wants to make a documentary about it, because it was a genuine movement. It doesn't look to be like a fraud. So like we've already told you guys here at Pivot Point Investment, we do not support penny stocks at all unless they are supported by companies and are currently registered with the NYSE. Otherwise to that, they are what is known as pyramid schemes. So if he had bailed, he would have really looked like a pyramid scheme. He could have got himself in a lot of trouble.
I mean, he could have potentially.
To me, I'm thinking that if
still a gray area.
If his idea fails, he can bail at $30, $40 a share, and his $53,000 now will only be like $200,000, but he still made money. And he still got his point proven, but me and you would have said he could have made millions.
Oh.
But that wasn't the.
He made millions, but he didn't sell. It's not a loss or a win until you sell.
So
that's what we say.
He didn't technically do anything.
Crazy.
My issue with the situation when there was a lot of users on Reddit actually telling people to hold the fort, that is where the deception kicks in. Because basically what you're telling me is let me hold on so you can bail and steal my money. And I really saw something really negative growing out of this movement, and this is why the most biggest players never left. Even the top 10 people we knew who own those shares has never sold. They haven't even commented. They don't talk about it. They don't, because as far as they were concerned, they was looking at this from a longer term.
Absolutely.
And they weren't even looking at this level of money. I mean, if you bought GameStop at $4, you were just glad if it went to $10.
Absolutely.
These guys weren't thinking it's going to 483. That's not trading. That was just an unrealistic opportunity that you just would have fell into. Right. So to me, the biggest moral of this lesson is stick to what you know. If you don't know, seek advice from a trusted advisor or professional who has done their research and gives you concrete facts. So what we can really say is this episode is all about speculation, facts, and fiction.
That's right.
And what we saw was speculation, no facts, and it turned out to be fiction.
Absolutely.
And now there are people losing the bag. there are some success stories out of this, but unfortunately there are far more negative stories that overshadow the success, which almost sounds like the stock market in a whole.
Listen,
your winners and your losers.
GameStop is below $63 a share right now as we speak. So moment of silence for everybody who lost money in that stock.
Let's take that moment.
All right.
Yep.
Now look.
It's all bad.
Hey.
They did it. I didn't do it.
Hey, that's right. Now the last one is AMC. AMC right now $7.64 a share, down from the height of over $20 a share. Another one. I mean, now this one is better because they secured financing, to get through the pandemic.
They actually helped that company.
Yeah.
That was one of the first times the movement really did something positive, because a lot of people love their movie theaters. I still love movies.
I'm a movie
still love
fan. I'm a
so
movie buff. So
it would have been sad to see one of the largest movie theater firms disappear.
Yeah, the largest.
That to me would have been as big of a shock to the world as when Toys R Us left. Not having that staple no more. I mean, our future generations have no idea what none of that life was like. So, definitely hats off to AMC. However, I'm going to keep my original projection that sucker's going to $1. I'm just sorry. Irregardless to what they did, nobody's going. So if a company's not really bringing in no money and they just borrowed financing, which won't be due for maturity until the following year, all they did was just delay the inevitable, sadly.
Kick the can down the road, but hopefully enough of our citizens will get the vaccine and get this herd immunity thing moving and we'll be able to come outside in the summer, and the back half will be better than the first half or last year.
That's why they use the phrase if that's one of the situations where you just drink on. Because you don't know where that's going.
Hey, well look, all the AMC lovers, I like that company more. The fundamentals was there before the virus, so that's cool. Now we're gonna do a switch gears a little bit and do a look back. We're gonna go back and look at this company called Overstock, right?
So you're gonna give them the facts now.
We're gonna give them facts. We're gonna give them some facts from before, and then we're gonna look forward to the future with one.
Real money. Real money. This is the money we were making while everybody else was going crazy.
Yeah, man. So Overstock, OSTK. When we looked at it earlier today, it was $89.81 per share. Right at $90. So 52-week high is $128.50. 52-week low was $2.53. $2.53. So imagine that, right? So squarely during the pandemic, that's what that thing was.
It was. It became a new staple. It became a place that people ran to when they couldn't go outside. So.
Yes, online retailers, right? So market cap of $3.94 billion. So it's a large company. Now imagine if you had bought it $253. We didn't buy it that low, but we bought it and got a good number on it, right? Definitely. So we're up 70% on this stock, or at least that's what we made. Yeah. But it's an 83% buy rating, 17% hold rating. Nobody's saying sell this thing. So I think it's going to approach 52-week high levels of 128.50 and surpass it. They've had some great numbers if you look at those numbers. So this is one that this is a freebie. Like, we're looking and showing you what we've already made money on.
I can't really give you the juicy. I mean, again, for my Pivot Point investors, you know what I'm saying, who decided to become premium members, I personally was telling them since last week, we bought puts on Gamestop something.
That's right.
Why that sucker was tanking? Because we knew the hype was nonsense. So I'm sorry to those who kept believing in the hype, but money is money. So
so you go rub it in. I'm gonna leave it alone.
I'm enjoying it. As we looked at the chart today, and right now there's like two types of charts you could look at. I would prefer everybody look at a line graph, because right now it visually holds significance, because it just looks like this. That's all you see, and that to me is gracefully beautiful. The most money you make in a market is when it just catapults into the floor. So
we're gonna switch gears, because this guy's gonna keep.
I'm sorry. I get to have my moment to shine when I get to be right on something.
That's what's up. Hey, and that's right, and that's the thing, man. So I will give you your props, man. You were totally right, 100%, 1000%. So, but last thing we're gonna cover in this video, because we've been busy as crap the last 2 weeks, really. Like, our phone's been jumping, email been jumping, like, we've been really.
And we appreciate that.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. Absolutely. Thank you all. So, a lot of questions. So one of our new members asked us, hey, what are we looking at right now? And so, because we don't have cash here to regulate, and say, nah, don't spill the beans.
We get to just do it, right?
We can just do something, right?
You can't say nothing.
We can say, hey, it's out the bag. So we want to give a shout out. So this is two-pronged. We want to give a shout out, and we want to recognize publicly Ms. Roz Brewer. She's the new CEO for Walgreens, and that is significant because she is the only female African American CEO of a Fortune 500 company, the top 500 U.S. company. She's the only one, so that's huge. And this company is an old company, founded in 1901. It has a $42.87 billion market cap. So this is a huge company. This is a huge deal.
Yeah, they can't play around with this like GameStop.
Nah.
Way too big.
This is a real company.
This is big boy.
Yeah. So the current stock, we looked at it today, was $49.11. The stock ticker is WBA. It's a 76% analyst hold right now for this stock. And right now they currently pay about 3.82 dividend. So that's a pretty decent dividend that they pay out. And stock appreciation. Now I like this. I think it's cool that they just did a diverse play. I looked her information up, and she is very qualified. She was the first African American to lead a division at Walmart. So she's not new to the scene at all. And she happens to be my Spelman sister because I'm a Morehouse alumnus. So I want to give her HBCU love, because it's rare that you see something like this where a graduate of the HBCU kind of ascends to a position like this, man, prestigious position. So, shouts out to her all the way. And last thing I'm gonna say is all this vaccine money, all these vaccines that they're sending directly to Walgreens now, and Walgreens is getting this influx of cash because of this pandemic. So, do I even have to say what I'm buying? Do I even have to say that this is on my buy list?
No.
Do I even have to say so?
No. I mean, but I'll at least say if you guys are, joining the Pivot Point crew, we welcome you guys to the Pivot Points. And
Absolutely.
Joining the crew will actually give you another opportunity to get more picks under JD Boom's side of other stocks to diversify in. That is getting very, very much kudos beneficial to the vaccine rollout right now. Our president just made an announcement that there are other private pharmacy companies that will now get a chance to jump on this bandwagon, and there's going to be more opportunities to make money. So I see it as a win-win overall. But I'm going to give you one last speculation, because even though, we wanted to say I told you so, we also like to be the people that reign the silence. Unfortunately, as one situation disappears, the new one pops up. Guess the new one is cryptocurrency. All over again. Now, we all know the infamous situation that happened with the Bitcoins, and I'm excited for everybody who got in it. That wasn't a small man's game regardless. But now, all you're hearing about is this dog coin. And I'm going to be the first to tell y'all right now, stop touching these things. Leave them alone. Just leave them alone. You have to understand, these are speculative markets. When you are dealing with things that move on what people say, that is dangerous. Because if I decide later on this afternoon I want to say something negative, I'm going to just take all your money and I'm going to say something negative. So the guys who played the GameStop game, they tried to run the dog coin. Shot this thing up 300%, then 700%. Then the very next day, lost 400%. They couldn't even hold the fort for a day. But then now they just made an announcement today. Elon Musk said, man, dog coin, boom, shoots up 60%. You can't trade something like that decently when it's just off someone's word. I didn't know he was about to send out a tweet. Now, if I was his best friend and just sit next to him, that's great. But truth be told, right now, blockchains have a decent future. But you got to do your research, understand what you're investing in, understand the long-term potential of it. You can't just grab all these fly-by-night companies that are constantly coming up with ideas and they have no base or foundation. They have no capital investors. They don't have a decent future, no connections to anything that we could say, hey, they're going to grow and get bigger. So your man, Jay the Technician, is going to tell you I've done the technical analysis on that. Please don't touch it. But if you do, I'm going to make an episode. In the near future, it's going to be, I told you so again, don't touch it. So, I'm just saying.
I appreciate what Jay Tech is saying. And I agree to a point. I will say that Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet right now.
Yeah.
And him tweeting about it And the fact he tweeted about it before. Now the good thing is I already owned some last year.
Right.
But I only had $100 worth, right?
Yeah, so nothing.
But guess what? That $100 is a multiplier.
It has.
And so, because I bought it early last year, like I bought it during the pandemic, February last year, literally.
But when you're dealing with the richest man on the planet, I just think he's doing this because it's funny. I mean, it is fun for him. Can you imagine now that you get to be so rich that anything you say just makes things move? It doesn't even have to hold merit.
And that may be true, but I do see a digital currency future.
Definitely,
right?
definitely.
So I do, and whoever wins with this thing, like the big four is what I follow: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. So those are the four I follow, right? And so I believe we don't know who's gonna be that one to like really, or two. You know, like it goes back and think about it for some of you old heads, difference between VHS and beta with VCRs. So, you know, you don't know who's gonna win, right? So, but somebody's gonna win.
That's like A-Track talking.
Hey man, look, I just took y'all back, man. But look, I'm in my 40s, so look, if you in your 40s, you know what I'm talking about. So even in your late 30s, you know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, we got anything else for him, man? Because we gave him a lot.
No, I can't give no more. I can't give no more.
We gave him enough.
Yeah.
We gave him the cash already, man.
Yeah, you already know
what
what
texting me.
like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah,
I'm just,
man.
man.
But look, we do this for y'all. And the last thing I'm gonna say is we're doing some updates on the website. We're getting everything reconfigured. So if you do try to log in and become a member this week, there will be a delay, right? We apologize to you for that. We're just trying to make things better. We're always revamping. The site will totally be revamped in about a week. So we'll come on and we'll do a new push and say, hey, everything is updated. You can go, you can click, you can become a Pivot Point beginner, intermediate, or advanced course member, and then you can join the family that way. We'll let you know, and then we'll have the real estate course coming later on this month. So that'll be live, and we'll also let you know when that's live. So we want to thank you all for going with us, being patient with us, because we're growing this movement. We got so many moving parts that it's a lot to keep up at one time, but we want to make it better for you, and we do take the feedback, we take it to heart, and we do try to make changes, and that's what this is all about. So, and as always, I'm JD with PivotPointInvestors, and this is my partner,
Jay the Technician.
and we want to thank you for joining us.